Hello everybody and welcome to a very quick channel update about what's happening in the future, my life in Singapore. I say quick update, it might not be, it might go on for a little while, but yeah, just generally, first off, thank you to everybody that watches, likes, subscribes, Patreons, buys merchandise, all of that stuff. This is purely a hobby for me, which does generate a tiny little bit of income every month from the Patreons, from the adverts that you guys view and things like that. So thank you all very, very much for, well, tuning into the channel and watching what I do. I thought it was always odd when people told me they watched YouTube videos and of people playing, especially Football Manager, and then I started to do it myself, and I was like, yeah, I reckon I could give that a go. I love playing the game anyway, so let's get into it and see how it works out. And here we are, nearly at 3,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure, like 2,700 I think is what it's ticking over to at the minute, which is really, really cool. And it's great, and Football Manager will always be on the channel. It's a game I've loved. I've played since Champ Manager 0102, which again is a game that I've been like in and out of playing and doing on the channel, which is great. It just doesn't really sell itself as a game to be played on YouTube. It's quite hard to get a lot of player and viewer interaction on Champ Manager 0102, so it probably won't be coming back to the channel, but I'd never rule it out because it's always a good fun game to go back to and do a little challenge or something. But yeah, generally, just thank you all very, very much. That's how I wanted to start. I mean, all the Patreons who are at the end of the Football Manager videos, you can see them there. They donate $1 a month, some do more, which is great and really good. We've had people that have been with the channel for over a year now, and to you guys, a very, very big thank you, because you know, you don't have to do that. You're doing it off your own back and supporting the channel even more, which is absolutely great. And as I've said, everything, all the money I get from the channel goes into a separate bank account, and then it gets spent back on the channel. So for example, when I wanted a new microphone, I saved up the money in that bank account and went and bought a new microphone. When I wanted the green screen, I saved up the money in that bank account and went and bought the green screen. And then I treated myself for my last birthday when I was in Singapore, because I've been in Singapore just over a year now. I've had one birthday here, so I bought myself a new PC. That didn't come out of the YouTube money. That came out of my own money. So yeah, I now have a 2-rig system. So I have 2 rigs. I have the ability to record videos and then transfer the files onto the other computer and then edit them so that I can get more videos done, because I just generally enjoy doing it. I should also probably say thank you to my wife. She's not going to watch this video. She doesn't tune into the channel. She's not subscribed. She doesn't even follow me on Twitter, I don't think. But yeah, like, she works for a UK company in Singapore, so she has lots of calls in the evenings. So I get in from work, and when she's doing her calls with the UK, that's when I get a chance to record some videos. So and then when she's travelling for work, that's when I generally put out more videos than I do before, because the doggy little Rudel, who has made a couple of appearances on the channel, goes into boarding, so I don't have to worry about walking him either, because I go to work every day. It's unfair on a dog just to leave him in an apartment for like 10 hours a day when I go to work, and then by the time I get back. So yeah, it is good, but please do remember, this is only a hobby for me. This is never going to be my full-time job, because it won't be able to replace the wage I get from my full-time job. And I don't think I've ever really spoken about my work too much here in Singapore, and I don't really want to, because it's not the place I really want to talk about work. But if you do have any questions for me, please do let me know down below, and I'm happy to answer them. It's not that I love my job, so I'm happy to talk about it, but I don't feel that on videos is the place where I should talk about it. It's just turning into a bit of a ramble about anything, really. Let's chat about Singapore for a bit. So Singapore is great, love it, absolutely loving it here. Obviously I found if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know, and if you don't, why are you watching this video? @CulturedF on Twitter, go and give me a follow. Basically, Singapore's great. I'm really, really enjoying it. I've settled in with a really good football team here. We've just won the League and Cup double, which is absolutely incredible for my first season in Singapore. I'm taking over helping with the management of the team next year, because I used to manage and play for a team in Bristol, so I've got a bit of experience in that. But yeah, it's great. The food is absolutely amazing. The weather's generally pretty good, although it's raining right now. It's hot all the time. They don't have seasons, so there's no like spring, summer, autumn, winter. It's just hot, hotter and hottest. That's how it goes. At the moment we're just in hot, and it's going to be going into hotter soon. But yeah, it's pretty damn warm all the time. As you would imagine, you're in Asia on the equator, so yeah, it's I knew that before I moved here that it was going to be hot, but it's great, absolutely love it. Food is amazing, the travel opportunities are incredible. Again, if you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen that I've been travelling around Asia a fair little bit. So we've got a holiday to Vietnam planned in August, we've done Hong Kong, we've done Bali, we've done Indonesia, done a couple of Indonesian islands. It's just absolutely incredible, and I guess I should say thank you to my work as well for giving me the opportunity to do it. But again, I really highly doubt that anyone from work is tuning into this stuff. But I love it here. I love it. We've got a great apartment. It's much smaller than our house was in Bristol, as you'd imagine, because Singapore has very limited space. But yeah, it's great. We've picked up little Rude, the dog. He's now part of our family, and he'll be coming with us whenever we move to a new area and things like that, or a new country, I guess, is going to be next. Maybe back to the UK or America. Who knows where we're going to move. But yeah, it's really, really good. And if you ever get a chance to visit Singapore, please give me a hit up, and if I'm still here, I'll meet you for a pint. I'll take you out for a drink and some food and things like that. So yeah, it's great. It's a brilliant country. It's diverse. It's mixed ethnicities, religions. It's absolutely brilliant, and the rules are nowhere near as strict as people will make you think they are. Singaporeans love to abide by a rule. They don't break the rules, which is obviously very good, but yeah, it's nowhere near as strict as people will have you believe, and it's great. It's really, really good. And you get the condo we've got has loads of facilities. We have 2 virtual golf simulators, 2 karaoke rooms, a theatre room, 2 swimming pools, 2 wading pools, sun loungers. It's just absolutely unbelievably good, and as you can probably tell, I absolutely love it. I'm absolutely loving it, and that's pretty much a catch up on my life at the moment. I do try and let you guys know when I'm not going to be able to put out videos because of travel, but like sometimes, which happened when I went to Hong Kong, work tell me I'm going to Hong Kong about 4 hours before I've actually got to go, which obviously will impact videos and stuff. I've just noticed that my hair is pretty crazy at the moment. I have not had a shower yet, and I haven't been up very long. I've just made it worse. Look at this. It's absolutely disgraceful, isn't it? There we go. That should be a bit better. But yes, and it's going very, very well, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So thank you so much. Now, the channel updates. Well, first, before that, Football Talk, the podcast. If you're not tuned into that and you love football, go and follow it. I'll put a link in the description. It's a podcast that my friend from the UK and I host here in Singapore every week. Occasionally we miss a couple or two where we can't get a matching schedule, like this week. But it's really good fun. I'm really enjoying it, chatting about football every single week. And we talk about mainly roles around the Premier League, but we talk about world news as well, football world news, and a bit of the Women's World Cup will be coming up in the next couple of episodes, as well as like the Europe Nations League, the Champions League, Europa League, transfers, everything like that. We cover that. Go and check it out. We had a big surge in subscribers and followers on both SoundCloud and YouTube and Spotify after Loki Doki came and hosted it with me, and we chatted about Liverpool quite a lot. That got a lot of his followers in, which was great. And we're always looking for new questions and things about polls and things like that. We put a poll out every week to do with football and get your opinion on stuff. So yeah, that's going really well, but that's got its own channel now. It did start on this channel, but I thought, if we're going to make it a serious podcast, it needs its own sort of area to upload to. So you can find it on Spotify, SoundCloud and YouTube. Just search Football Talk and it'll be one of the ones that first comes up. And if you're wondering an easier way to find it, search for Michael Ballsack. And if you don't know that, then you're missing out on very much of a funny episode of that podcast. So it'd be great if you go and check that out. But that's enough about that. We've been chatting for about 10 minutes, so let's get into the good stuff. The channel update. So Football Manager is still going to be happening. I already know what my main save for Football Manager 2020 is going to be. I already know what it is. I've got it planned out. I'll have to wait for a database to come out. It'll be the first time I've done a lower league management save in England. I've never done one before, and I don't know why. I've never done one on YouTube. I must have done one like in a journeyman or something, but I've never done it on YouTube, and I've never really managed in England. I do it in the beta. I might do a Man United save in the beta, because obviously with everything they're going through at the moment, all the structuring of the club and the new transfers and the deadwood they've got, I might do a beta save with Man United. But yeah, it's going to be a lower league management save in the UK, or in England, and it's going to be along the lines of the Maribor save, the NK Zagreb save, where we take a team from the bottom all the way to the top to try and win the Champions League. And I'm very, very excited about it already, which is good. I mean, that to me means that for the channel, it should come across as a very good series. And I'm starting to already think about how I could do an intro. You know, will there be other characters? Probably not. That's not in my nature to do that. I enjoy just playing the game. Don't have to bring other characters into it. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm already excited for it. Now, that's not to take away from the Zagreb save. That will be finishing, or will be running, until we've won the Champions League, or until FM 2020 basically is released. Because, man, it's the best save I've ever had. It is the best save I've ever had. NK Zagreb. Sorry, Maribor fans, but the NK Zagreb save, we've taken them from the 3rd division west of Croatia, and we're going for the Champions League, and we've won the Europa League. Go and check out that series if you don't watch it. Really, really enjoying that one, and it's just great fun. I mean, we're getting to the end of the life cycle of Football Manager 19 now, so there's a lot of exploits and match engine quirks that you can sort of take advantage of, but I'm trying to avoid them. I'm trying to make it a little bit more realistic, I guess, rather than just doing the same things over and over again. So if you're tuning into that, then keep an eye out for the episodes that are coming up. If you're not tuning into that, you've got something like 120 episodes that you've got to catch up on. So as you can see, we're quite highly invested in that series. Along with that, obviously, for Pro Evo, Pro PES 2019, still going to be playing that. We've got a Man United Master League on the go at the moment. Really struggling to find time to play it, but when I do, I tend to block record in it, so I'll record 3 episodes back to back and then edit and upload them whenever I can. Now, I know there's a lot of calls for me to do PES daily, but it takes a lot more time to edit PES than it does Football Manager. And I know there's a lot of calls to do 2 games in an episode, but that, again, it's the editing that goes behind it is a lot harder than it is Football Manager, and that's something we've got to keep in mind. But saying that, there will be a new game coming to the channel in about 2 weeks, I think it is. What is it today? It's the 11th of June. No, that's Tuesday. It's the 9th of June today. And I think the new game comes to the channel on the 24th of June. And just to give you a little bit of a glance of what it is, I'm going to, hopefully, if this works, minimize myself down. And then we'll be playing it in the background. So here it is. Yes, so coming to the channel is F1 2019. I'm very, very excited by it. It's going to be awesome. I'm a big fan of F1, not in terms of the racing per se, and I know that sounds very weird, but I'm an engineer, and I love the engineering that goes into the car, understanding what happens internally about it, the upgrades that go through, and obviously, you know, it's good fun to see a crash every now and then. Now, I'm not the best racing driver simulator player, but I'm very keen to get better, and I'm very keen to put this on the channel. It's something I've always wanted to do. I used to love playing the F1 games on the N64 when I used to have one. I've played a couple on the Xbox since I've got my Xbox, and I've played a couple on the PC, but I have invested in a pedal and wheel, and I will be taking this seriously. Now, the plan is to do 1 race a week, because I think when I'm saying that Pro Evo takes so long to edit, I think the F1 game's going to take even longer. But I haven't done one yet. This is a bit of footage from me playing it, playing F1 2018, I should say. But it's interesting. And then I'm gonna in a minute there'll be an F1 2019, like the trailer from Codemasters, that I can put in there so you can see what 2019 looks like. But it looks absolutely amazing. The graphics look amazing. It looks like it's going to be incredibly detailed and good to play, and we're going to have a career mode in there, so we'll start with one of the smaller teams, maybe like a Williams. They're really poor this year, so maybe a Williams, and then see if we can get Williams to be the best, or if we move around the clubs, the racing companies, and see where we end up, really. So that's coming to the channel, which I'm really excited about, and I hope you guys are too. So hopefully you like racing. It should bring a few more people into the channel as well that are F1 sort of fanatics. Now, I know I'm not the biggest channel, so it's always hard for me to go and reach into a new audience and and get viewers into ours. But you never know, one race a week might be able to do it. If we're lucky, I can put out more than one race a week, but I think it's going to be quite tough. But I'm very much excited by bringing Formula 1 to the channel. I've been watching loads of it. I find it really interesting to watch on YouTube, especially the esports. I've been watching a bit of that and catching up. Obviously, I think it's broadcast live on Sky, I think, in the UK, on Sky Sports. So I have to catch up in Singapore once it's happened, and it's been uploaded as a replay to YouTube on the F1 esports channel. But yeah, very excited about bringing F1 to the channel. Let me know if you are excited by it below, and if you're going to watch it. And if you're not going to watch it, why not? And then obviously PES 2020 is going to be announced at E3, which is happening in about a week's time, I think, so there'll be a bit more news, and the PES 2019 videos will go away from like commentary to potentially chatting about what we want to see improved from 2019 into 2020, and what we can hopefully expect to see from trailers and stuff that we get from Konami, which will be good. No, I won't be playing FIFA. I can't stand how arcadey it is. I think it's getting further and further away from realism. As much as I love the street football aspect that they're bringing back for FIFA 2020, I think it's all going to be hidden behind microtransactions, and it's going to be just not as realistic for football. And I think PES still holds the most realism over FIFA, which is a shame. I used to love FIFA, but I've gone back to PES now, and I think I've made my decision. But yeah, so PES, we'll be chatting about PES 2020 and upcoming PES 2019 videos as well, just to get an understanding of that. And I realised that when I put my arm up, it cuts off my elbow, so I shouldn't do that because it's not very professional. But you're not here for the professionalism, are you? You're here just to see me play games. What else have we got coming? No, the other thing is that, yeah, so with FM and PES and F1 coming to the channel, basically I'm turning this gaming channel into that, a gaming channel, not just a football channel. So if there's any games that you ever want me to have a try, give it a go, and I've got money in my YouTube bank account, then I can buy them on Steam. You know, maybe a golf game or a different sort of racing game, or like a popular other football game. I don't know if they exist. Let me know. NHL, NFL, all that sort of stuff. I'm always happy to try and give them a go. I do have my Xbox controller plugged into my PC. I've now ordered a driving wheel and pedals, and I'm always just keen to give things a go. So now I wanted to keep this video relatively short, but it's going into about 20 minutes already. But yeah, it's all just, I'm just excited to branch out a little bit more. You know, we brought Civ to the channel. It didn't get as much traction as I was hoping, but I love Civ. So now, because it didn't get the traction on the channel, I still play it offline. And that could be the same with F1. If it doesn't get the traction, then I'll take it offline and just play it in my own time. Well, it'll be in my own time anyway, but I just won't upload it to YouTube. But really, it's all great, and I think that's about it for a channel update. We're still here. We've been in Singapore a year. We've got a minimum of another year here, and then we'll see where we go. But if you do have any questions, please do leave them in the comments below. Please do get in touch with me on Twitter, anything like that. Happy to help out with anyone that's starting up a new YouTube channel, give you some recommendations, give you some thought processes behind it, tell you the equipment I've got. But I'm only a small channel. There's plenty of big channels that will do that in more detail. But what I will say of me being a small channel is that I pretty much respond to every single comment I get on a video. Even if it's about a week late, I still respond to it. I respond to most tweets that I get. We've got a Discord channel where I'm quite active, which is, from what I hear, unlike the big channels or bigger channels where they are spending so much time on their channels that then they're not in the Discord servers and not responding to comments or things like that, which I think is a little bit rude. I think it's always good to interact with the people that take time out of their day to watch the videos and comment, and yeah, that's what I'm loving. I think that's what we've got with the Patreons. It's only a small number of Patrons. I think we were up to maybe 11 or 12, but they taken time out to sponsor the channel and give a little bit extra, so I take time out of my day to respond to any comments or questions or anything like that we have. So yeah, I think that's about it really. We'll leave you with the F1 2019 trailer playing out, or bits of it anyway. I don't know how much I can play without it being copyrighted, but yeah, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you again so much for the support on the channel. Thank you for listening to me ramble on in this episode. It's not an episode, Dave. We're not recording an episode of anything. It's just an update for the channel. But thank you so much for watching, guys. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.